The Atlanta Falcons recently agreed to pay former Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins $180 million over the next 4 years to become the team's starting quarterback. It's a hell of a lot of money. So the Falcons clearly believe he has the abilities to catapult the team into an NFC contender. Are they right? Well, let's take a deeper look. Kirk Cousins has never really been considered a superstar at the quarterback position. He doesn't possess the cannon arm of today's top quarterbacks, and to say he lacks mobility would be an understatement at this point in his career, but he has been one of the better quarterbacks in the league for a while now. In fact, he's incredibly underrated. Though he's going to be coming off an Achilles injury, which he suffered in mid-2023, it might not be as detrimental to Cousins as a quarterback that relies more on his legs. Clearly, the Falcons believe that he's going to make an adequate recovery or they wouldn't have agreed to pay him so much money. And throughout his career, Cousins has been nothing short of an Iron Man. He started at least 15 games in all but 2 seasons of his 11-year career. So if history tells the tale, he should bring the Falcons the most important ability at the position, and that's availability. This past season, they were decent with Desmond Ridder as their starter, but when he went down, the team really struggled. And Cousins should at the very least be an upgrade in the passing game over Ridder. His career completion percentage sits at a healthy 66.9%, but in 2023 he took it a step further, achieving an impressive 69.5%, ranking him 3rd best in the NFL when he did play. This pinpoint accuracy enables Cousins to spread the ball around, pick apart defenses' weaknesses. There's no question that, at the very least, Cousins, when healthy, serves as an adequate game manager that can win games, even if he lacks the game-breaking ability of some of the more heralded quarterbacks in the league. Cousins loves to nickel and dime defenses with short and medium routes. He's helped various receivers, including Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, and most recently Justin Jefferson, put up elite wide receiver numbers throughout his time in Minnesota. So he can definitely get his receivers the ball. And though not elite, he has the arm strength to pick his spots and beat defenses deep when the opportunity arises. Cousins is never the leader in the league in terms of volume because it isn't really in his nature. But he throws touchdowns at a steady clip, averaging over 2.7 per game throughout his career. And in 2023, his touchdown pass rate was up at 5.8%, placing him 4th best in the league during his time on the field. Though 35 years old sounds concerning, a lot of metrics point to the possibility that Cousins is actually continuing to evolve and improve. Obviously, an injury could serve as a setback to that trajectory, but it's possible that the Falcons are gaining a really steady player to lead the way. And Cousins has had a bit of a reputation for throwing untimely interceptions in his career. However, context is key. His interception rate has been steadily decreasing, with 2023 seeing a career 2nd best 1.6%. This downward trend suggests he's learning from his mistakes and continuing to improve in that area as well. And for a player that's been criticized for not being clutch, there's some data to say that it might be a little bit overdone. In fact, Cousins has a knack for leading late-game comebacks. In 2022, he engineered an NFL-high 12 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime. Clearly, he can perform when it matters most. Whether he does is another story. With 11 seasons under his belt, Cousins also brings a wealth of experience and leadership to a young Falcons team. He's seen it all, from intense divisional battles to hostile road environments. This composure and experience can be contagious and will instill confidence and belief in all the young players around him. The fit goes beyond just Cousins' skill set. New head coach Raheem Morris's offensive philosophy shares similarities with the system Kevin O'Connell ran in Minnesota when Cousins thrived in 2023. Both systems emphasize pre-snap adjustments, play-action passes, and utilizing a tight end heavily in the passing game. Cousins' familiarity with this type of scheme could lead to a seamless transition and quick production. And the Falcons actually have some of the most talented young weapons in the league on offense for Cousins to work with. At the forefront of the passing game are 2 young stars with massive potential. These young stars are the duo of wide receiver Drake London and tight end Kyle Pitts. London's size and route-running ability make him a nightmare matchup for smaller corners. London hasn't really lived up to the hype of an 8th-round pick, but he hasn't had any quarterbacks to unlock him over the past couple years. With Cousins' accuracy, we expect London's production to skyrocket. In 2023, Cousins averaged an impressive 7.7 yards per attempt on throws between the numbers, ranking him 8th in the NFL. This ability to consistently generate yards on short and intermediate throws perfectly complements London's skill set as a big, athletic wideout who can make plays in traffic. And we're even more excited about Kyle Pitts. The tight end possesses an extremely rare blend of size, speed, and athleticism that gives him limitless potential. Not long ago, the Falcons drafted him with the 4th overall pick, making him the highest selected tight end in NFL history. It's likely that Cousins could help unlock the monster that lives inside Pitt's freakishly athletic body. Cousins has a history of success throwing to tight ends, and in 2023, nearly 27% of his passes targeted tight ends. Between London and Pitts, Cousins has some big, fast, and skilled weapons to utilize, and we haven't even discussed Bijan Robinson, the 7th overall pick from the most recent NFL draft. He can run the ball behind the Falcons' forceful offensive line and can also make plays out of the backfield as a catcher. With his abilities as a playmaker along with Cousins' love for play action, it could be a fit made in heaven. The Falcons really just need someone to manage the offense and get these young talents that they invested so heavily in at the draft the ball. Cousins fits that mold as a game manager who one could argue is actually a whole lot more than that, even if he isn't as highly regarded as some of his peers. And the truth is, the Falcons made this move because the NFC South is currently up for the taking. Tampa Bay just re-signed Baker Mayfield after winning the division, but they remain far from one of the most feared teams in the league. Beyond them, the division consists of the Saints, who are in the midst of an identity makeover after the retirement of Drew Brees and the departure of Sean Payton. And finally, the Carolina Panthers, who are in full rebuild mode while relying on Bryce Young as their quarterback after a less than encouraging rookie season. The truth is that now the Falcons likely have the best quarterback in the division as long as he returns from injury in decent shape, and probably has the most talented cast around him on offense. We think that the Falcons immediately become a threat for the NFC South title after signing Cousins, and we'll be watching their ensuing moves closely as they build for 2024. Clearly, they aren't going with a quarterback with their top 10 draft pick. We can't wait to see what they do with it. Strengthen the offensive line? Grab a game-breaking weapon on defense? Or dare I say, add another elite wide receiver to their offensive attack? Only time will tell. But we want to know what you guys think. How good will Cousins be in Atlanta? Let us know in the comments section, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more sports news and insights. Thanks for watching. See you next time.